Welcome to the Diary of a Pan African Preacher. The haut of the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagle's own plumes. We often give our enemies the means of our own destruction, so said Aesop, the fabulist. The liberator of the ancient Hebrews, Moses, that African prince from Egypt, warns about consuming the eagle in Leviticus 11:13. Be careful of eating the eagle and what it produces. The empires of Rome, the United States of America, and Russia have all had the eagle as their national symbol. In the case of the Russian Federation, its national symbol is not the bear, as many people think, but the double-headed eagle. In jumping out of the colonial frying pan, we must be careful of not jumping into the neo-empire fireplace. In the absence of an African first policy as paramount to its united strategic interests, Africa acts on the geopolitical stage divided and weak. This weakness is what played out at the recently concluded Russian African Summit in St. Petersburg from the 27th to the 28th of July 2023. Russia was quite clear. It was not going to open up the ports in the Ukraine to export needed cereals to African countries. Full stop. To do so would weaken the hand of the Russians in the eyes of the Ukrainians and the NATO alliance. So, Africa came away with platitudes and a vague promise by Russia to do something in the future for pro-Russian African countries. The ball is now in Africa's court to execute a strategic response that will let President Putin reconsider his inflexibility. Africa must respond to Russia's rebuff on two fronts: diplomacy and trade, in order to defend its strategic interests. First, African and Caribbean nations together hold a majority vote in the United Nations General Assembly. This has to be used strategically in relation to Russia. Secondly, at the level of trade, intentional and calculated action must be taken to slow down the export of rare earth elements, cobalt, copper, lithium, uranium, to Russia, and deliberate action taken to reduce the trade imbalance between African countries and the Russian Federation. These strategic actions, symbolic actions if you wish, will suffice to send the relevant message to the Kremlin. Eagles are known for their aerial ability, powerful talons, and amazing eyesight. They are revered by many as symbols of leadership, bravery, and strength. However, African nations must never forget that irrespective of those qualities, The eagle is first and will always remain a bird of prey. Let he or she that have ears to hear, let them hear what the Pan African preacher has said. Ashe.